Welcome back, everybody. Now, noticing the gap between having creative talent and growing, plus sustaining a thriving visual art business, Nene Mahlangu brought together her knowledge of sales, strategy and practicing visual art to put together a course called Introduction to Pricing Your Artwork. This aims to bridge the gap between theory and entrepreneurship within the art industry and reduce the number of talented visual artists struggling to grow their income due to a lack of entrepreneurial skills. Nene Mahlangu joins us now this morning to share more on this course. Nene, a very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, Simpure.
Now, first of all, tell us about the importance of having such a course. What's this course about and what are some of the gaps that it seeks to fill?
So this course is Introduction to Pricing Your Artwork, and the aim of this course is to break down the components that go into pricing one's artwork. Okay. I feel like when you try to understand the lifestyle of an artist and what funds their life, it all boils down to pricing. So what I didn't like to see is artists struggling to pay their rent, artists, dying broke. And I feel like if as a person in an industry you start to see a formula working, I feel like you need to share that knowledge to other artists. And I needed this information when I was starting in my career. So yeah, I feel like it's very important to share.
And generally, how do visual artists price their work?
So it depends on where they are in the industry. Like, are they a beginner or are they a little bit more mature in the art? They need to also... Yes,
is it not about the quality of the work?
Yes, the quality also is important, of course. But also they need to consider their lifestyle. I feel like sometimes artists are too hesitant or trigger happy when a client comes and say they want their artwork because they're not considering, the hours it takes to create the work, the materials it takes to, create that work, the kinds of services that they pay for in order to create that work, And also, what does it take to have a sustainable career long term?
Sure.
An artist should not look at that one sale. Like, how do you keep clients coming back? What do you say to keep clients coming back, What are the things that you need to consider to increase the commercial value of your work over time? There's so many things that artists need to consider, and that's why I broke it down into 16 lessons.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you feel that if an artist fails or struggles to sell their work, is it because the work is overpriced or underpriced? Because if it's underpriced, some potential buyers may look at it as, of a poor quality of something.
Yeah, I feel like an artist needs to look at the appetite of the market that they're in.
Okay.
Their location is very important because if you live in a place where there are not a lot of artists, then getting a buyer might be hard, right? But if you live in a place where there's a high saturation of artists and there's a high saturation of buyers and there's that appetite, then it can, give you an idea of how to price because there are buyers there willing to pay for that that price tag. So it depends on the location of the artist and obviously like other things, which I broke down. It's of course,
Yeah, John, can you give us a hint of some of how you've broken down some of these things that will empower the artist to price their work?
So the first thing that I looked into is the mindset that an artist needs to have. I feel like if you're entrepreneurial, you need to have a specific mindset in order to survive and to thrive, right? And then I go into, like I said earlier, the different things that go into pricing. You need to consider your lifestyle because you need to be able to be sustainable. You shouldn't just look at that one purchase, right? And then also how to negotiate. How do you talk to artists? How do you talk to buyers so that they keep coming back? What are the things that you have to say? How do you conduct yourself? Because it's not enough to be talented, but you're hard to work with, right? So those are the things that you need to consider. What is the customer service between yourself and the buyer? So those are the things that, I broke down in the course.
But is there a certain guide at which these visual artists need to use or rely on to price their work? Or they just do it arbitrarily, of course, basing it on some of the elements you've pointed out, like the location and the quality of the work?
Yeah. The thing about institutions is that they teach you how to use your talent to make a great piece of work, right?
Yes.
What's missing is that entrepreneurial skill. How do you sustain a business? What are the things that you need to have in place in order to have a sustainable income, right? So I guess this course is just trying to fill that gap because I'm acknowledging that this person is talented, but how can this talent sustain their life? Because it's possible, right? The myths and, the legends of artists, dying broke and that, it doesn't have to be a person's reality. They just need to be educated and they need to have an awareness of the things to do and not to do in order to prevent that from happening.
And going back to a positive mindset.
Yeah, going back to the right mindset in order to be successful. Yeah, that's very important.
How long is the course? Is it accredited?
It's a 3.5-hour course. I kept it very short because I understand that people are busy, right?
Busy making money.
Right? They better be. And right now it's not accredited, but it's the information that's in the course is being used by visual artists that are practicing right now.
Okay.
And I feel like that should be, confidence enough to say that the information in the course works.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's South African-based information. It's not from the US or anything. If you want to be successful, just take the notes in the course and you'll be good.
So who is the course aimed at? Any particular genre of the visual artistry, or just about any artist who is interested in furthering their craft?
Yeah, so if you really have the talent and you have a sense that there is a desire for your work, if you're a visual artist, fine artist, you want to be independent, which means that you're working for yourself or you are gallery represented, then the course is for you, because it just reveals the veil behind what goes into pricing. It reveals every step-by-step process of what goes into pricing, because sometimes even if you are represented by a gallery, you don't know what goes into that decision making. So just to empower yourself in terms of knowledge, that course is for you. Okay.
So Nene, as an artist yourself, I want to pick your brain on this. What can be done, to prevent visual artists in particular from being exploited? I'm going to make an example. So here comes a visual artist with a very, underprivileged background, with no mentorship, program in place, with no sense of advisory on what to do, on where to market their craft. And then here comes a person offering a very, very low price for their work. And out of desperation, they find themselves selling the price at that, selling the piece at a low price. So what can be done to avoid exploitation in the market?
I think education is the only way, because I feel like for a person to make a decision like that, to sell their artwork at such a low price, is because they are not aware that they can sell it for a higher price, or that the market, has prices like this, right? And also, if you're in a desperate situation where you kind of need to buy bread right now, it kind of makes sense that you accept the offer that you get, right? But if you don't have an awareness and you don't know what's out there, it's very hard to make informed and intelligent decisions about your art career. You're only going to look at the next sale. And what I'm trying to prevent is look long term. There is a career in this if you can plan and just, make informed decisions. It just all starts with education.
So who are you working with this cause?
Right now I'm working with myself.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have employees in my company because I'm also an entrepreneur.
Yes. And I do understand that you helped design the 2 Rand coin.
Yes.
2 Rand coins, right?
Yeah.
So what kind of doors did that open for you?
A lot of doors. I feel like my career skyrocketed after that because, I designed 2 coins. One was the right to education, one was children's rights. And then from there, I've exhibited in Finland, I've exhibited right now, I did 23 artworks for Black Coffee's Ibiza residency in Spain. I've exhibited in Nigeria, currently making work for Paris.
Okay.
So it's been booming.
It's been booming, hey? Go girl, go girl. All right, now where can people find you in terms of, getting in touch with you and buying some of your work, or maybe collaborating with you in some way?
So the best place to go is go to Instagram, go to Nene Mahlangu, it's just one word, Nene Mahlangu. And also if you want more information about the course, that's a great place to go. Just click the link in my bio. And then if you want to see what the course is about, go to www.greenmango.online and you'll get all the information you need.
All right, great stuff. Great chatting to you, Nene. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
Good stuff. All right, we just spoke to Nene Mahlangu, the designer of 2 Rand coins, on launching a 16-lesson course to help visual artists grow their income. All right, let's now take a quick break, and Morning Live will be back shortly thereafter.